Hi Aquarius, and welcome to your Aquarius November 2021 reading and predictions. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James, for those of you who are stopping by for the first time, and for the subscribers, much love and affection to you. Do you know, I look upon you as being part of my extended family, truly I do, and I have such gratitude to see you each month, and I hope you are doing well. Well, let's see. Today we're going to use a deck called the Golden Circle Tarot, because I know there's a lot of tarot readers watch me and are interested in the decks. Now, this is an independent deck, the Golden Circle Tarot by Beth Martini. And I think that you would find, if you're looking for a gift for somebody, it would make a good gift. The price, last time I looked, was very reasonable for a independently developed deck, and the quality of the production, the boxing, little bags, all those sort of things that women like, is just first rate. The quality is first rate, and of course, I love the imagery. I never buy decks, you see, but I was just, out of interest, was going through Kickstarter one night while I was watching TV, and I saw a couple of these images poking up to me, and I thought, they just speak to me. They speak to me. So, speak to me, they have. Now, we'll take 5 cards, incidentally, as usual. That's the Wheel of Fortune. Now, your annual forecast for 2022 and reading, there's the 10 of Swords. That is that's being published on Thursday, the 14th of October. That's the Hanged Man. The 14th of October at 6 p.m. US Eastern. Now, if you're a subscriber, of course, it will come straight through to you. There's the Page of Wands. And otherwise, if you're not a subscriber and you want to see your annual 22 reading, which I'm sure you will enjoy, then just go onto the playlist on my channel, and it'll be simple to find, because it's just like a table of contents on the left. You press it and boom, they all open up. So you don't have to go through a whole bunch of videos. So you have the Wheel of Fortune, the Hanged Man, the 10 of Swords, the Page of Wands, Queen of Cups. Here we go. I've got the vibe coming through, so let's quickly turn around. Come down, sit down next to me. We'll have a close look at the imagery on these cards together while I do the reading for you. Right, here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's have a look at this one first. This is the Wheel of Fortune. A great, great card for you. Well, what do we have here? Under the light of a waning moon, the Wheel of Fortune presents itself as an Ouroboros. Now, that is the snake that is ever consuming its own tail, a symbol of eternity. And inscribed, you may not be able to see it, but inscribed on the spokes of the wheel here are the alchemical symbols for mercury, sulfur, water, and salt, the building blocks of life, and the 4 elements representing deep knowledge and power. Now, the angel associated with Aquarius gently guards the turning of the wheel, while the griffin, this thing here, seems to be pulling the wheel along. Now, a griffin is the physical embodiment of a lion and an eagle, of Leo and Scorpio, the fixed signs of fire and water respectively, and symbolizing courage and boldness, the terrestrial and the divine. Now, the Sphinx, which is sitting above here, that represents strength in knowledge. Now, the Wheel of Fortune really represents the ever-changing cycle in your life. Your life is in constant motion, revolving around the ups and downs that life hands you. No moment ever stays the same. Just as you are getting comfortable, the wheel turns, and you are moving towards another situation, sometimes good, sometimes not so good, right? And at times, you may well feel that the wheel is not moving at all, that it is stuck because the bad luck stuff has been visiting way too long. But things change. You have to remember that the Wheel of Fortune is also the karmic wheel of fate. So on many multi-levels of lifetimes, You may be paying a bigger bill this time around than another. But eventually the wheel does shift. Sometimes you just don't recognize it because you are so wound up in what you think should happen. Well, the Wheel of Fortune is the game of life. There are no guarantees, you know. How you play out your fate is up to you. It's good to know where you are on the Wheel of Fortune. Are you at the bottom, going up, or are you at the top, ready to cycle on to yet another journey or of transition? What you want to remember is that your present actions will affect your life and the life of others now and in the future. The Wheel of Fortune spins those actions around, creating your fate. You never know when a good or not so good deed will come around and greet you once again. The Wheel of Fortune represents cause and effect. One of the lessons of the Wheel of Fortune is to be able to stay in the hub of the wheel. No matter what confronts you then, if you stay centered, you are able to act from a place of balance rather than from a place of reactionary emotion. When you are centered or in your hub, you are aware of your strengths and weaknesses, your limits and boundaries, doing the best that you can with what you've got. Now, you may not be in control of the circumstances, but you can be in control of how you deal with them. The Wheel of Fortune is the ever-turning cycle of life, death, and rebirth. And the number 10, this is, of course, Major Arcana number 10, that represents the end or completion of something. There's another 10 over here, which we'll get to in due course. And it represents the beginning of something new. It represents unexpected encounters and twists of fate. You never know what is around the corner. The Wheel of Fortune brings gifts of movement, change, good fortune, and success to you, and the playing out of your karma and coming into your destiny. Now, there is another Major Arcana, so I want to have a look at it, and it is here in the center. And what we have here is the Hanged Man, right? And he is hanging from this flowering tree, his legs forming a cross. A cross symbolizes for the mystic the descent of spirit into matter. Horizontal line being matter, the vertical line being spirit. Now the fabric of his clothing here is in really good shape and good quality, and his arms are held tightly to himself, and his face is very placid, like a calm lake, suggesting that he is quite content to be in the position that he is in while he looks at these beautiful flowers that are below. Well, the Hanged Man often signals for a time out, to retreat or withdraw from the craziness of life. And I think that this is the case for you. The Hanged Man has to let go of the ego to seek his true spiritual self. His old ways of knowing transform into a newer, evolved spiritual perspective. Now, his number is 12, the number of spiritual enlightenment, faith, and the embodiment of wisdom of the 12 signs of the zodiac. Now, the key to this energy, I think, is that it signals a need to withdraw from social opinions, old worn-out beliefs, and lifestyles. The Hanged Man has you looking at life in a completely different way, almost like a 180-degree turn. Many times you may view experiences and situations through your personal tunnel vision or rose-colored glasses. Now, you can live your life like this for years, until something unsettling puts a wedge in your path. Then the Hanged Man steps in. He helps you to see and reflect on the bigger picture of life, getting in touch with your spiritual values and purpose. He brings you to a quiet place of deep contemplation where you can trust the true aspects of your being, surrendering to a higher wisdom. And he brings a time of acceptance, surrendering, and letting go of values, ideas, projects, lifestyles, judgments, old patterns, or any situation that is causing struggle in your life. He helps clear your confusion and conflict, taking you to a deeper state of understanding. He assists you in releasing limitations and bondage by resetting the balance of your mind, body, and soul. And you re-emerge with a renewed perspective and purpose for your life. The Hanged Man offers options, solutions, and insights that help you move out of stuck situations. He brings a shift in consciousness, signaling a time to rebalance your outer world and your inner world. This card represents independent thinking and taking the higher path or following a higher calling. Now, you may be called upon to compromise or surrender to a situation where you have no control. Give me the courage to change the things I can and the wisdom to accept the things that I can't. You may have to accept something that your ego resists. The Hanged Man indicates a time to set the ego aside by taking a deeper look into your soul self. He offers you a chance to find a deeper meaning in your existence on this material plane. The restlessness within you begins to calm with his energy that is coming to you now. He brings peace, personal power, and renewal through deep contemplation, introspection, and maybe even meditation. This is a time to release old habits and outgrown lifestyles. But be patient with yourself and with others. Acceptance is key. And be open to look at life in broader perspectives. Now, what else is up here on this top line? Let's have a look. Gee, such good cards everywhere. This is the 10. The 10 of Swords. It's always graphically represented, this 10 of Swords. It's actually very positive, I think. Useful energy, I think. Now, astrologically, it is the Sun ruling the third decan of Gemini, that 12th to the 20th of June. Now here, the Sun in Gemini is difficult, as Gemini disperses the Sun's energy, and perhaps it also disperses your focus on things. And the focus can become entirely upon the intellect, the mind. This is the suit of Swords, which is to do with the mind in the third world. And here, those thoughts become unstable. But remember that the divine truth winds its way through all the cards of the tarot. And this 10, a 10 is always very unstable. The energy is very unstable. It is about to crack, and it's about to drop from the third world down into the fourth world of matter and into the Ace of Coins, which is about prosperity and increase and potential for wonderment in your lifestyle. Do you know, I think that sometimes, well, in fact, at this time, that this card presents something of a consolation to you, you know, where perhaps there has been some change in your life, where something has come to an end and the outcome has left you drained and saddened. This is a consolation card. It understands that you may be mentally and emotionally exhausted by something, or overwhelmed by a situation you thought was what you wanted, or by something you experienced that depleted your energy and personal power. You may have been working very hard to achieve something that failed or just didn't work out, leaving you feeling defeated and tired. Well, I think that what this says to you is that it is time to let unhelpful beliefs, lifestyles, and patterns die. It is a symbolic death that leads you to an initiation, a transformation to a new and richer awareness. The path that has brought you here has been difficult. I know that. But you now have an understanding that there is no turning back, that there has been no easy way out. The key really to understanding this energy is that you must take the necessary steps to shift your, what can sometimes be seen as desperate thinking. Shift it to the real truth of the situation, bringing it to an end so that healing and rebirth can take place. The gift of this Ten of Swords is a higher awareness, awakening you to acceptance. This is this theme of acceptance which is coming through to you again with this card. And that allows you to move out of defeat and into the realm of deep wisdom, peace, transformation, and enlightenment. The Ten of Swords really is where the big lessons of life are experienced, and sometimes it's not a happy experience. Spirit and life shed light on something that you need to change and transform. The lesson can come through choices you have made, or by actions and decisions of others. Maybe what can in some sense be in your mind thought of as catastrophic influences, but of course there are no catastrophes, or it may just be that you've had a raw deal in something. Now, this journey of this energy has not been for the weak of heart. But if you have persevered, and if you do persevere, you can survive the metaphorical death, and you will be spiritually and mentally transformed. Spirit and life have handed you something that needs attention. Gather your courage, and you will come out of this experience cleansed with a new insight of who you are, and on to a new chapter in life. I think we might leave her to the end. Let's have a look to see what this guy has to say, shall we? Who is it? Is it the Page of Wands? I think it is. I think that Leo, Cancer, and Virgo are going to be important to you during this period. Now, this page brings passion and creative energy into action. His desire is to express spiritual unfoldment into his physical world. Now, incidentally, these court cards can be of either gender, but I'm referring to him as a he for the obvious reason that he's depicted as a man. Now, he is the initiate, holding, well, the magician's wand, bringing together the unlimited energy of spirit with the magical world of matter into transformation and manifestation. He is fiery. He is courageous, curious, ambitious, and daring. There is a restlessness inside of him, urging him to advance forward and start something new. These are energies that I'm coming up, but of course these things will be applying to you. You understand that. He represents the awakening of life force and creativity that needs an outlet to channel energy into transformation. He is the ultimate adventurer, really. He's passionate and energetic with a love for life. He has the gifts of vision and intuition that flow through him with universal inspiration. Do you know, I often see him as being like the spiritual champion on the hero's journey. He is a rebel and a revolutionary, open to new potentials and possibilities. He embraces life fully and doesn't want to be held back. He moves forward courageously with his creative ideas, not knowing where he will be or what he will be up against. His courage comes from his self-trust, confidence, and boldness. His warrior spirit is fueled by the power of divine light that wants to be magically transformed to the highest good on earth. Do you know, he also symbolizes the inner child in you, inspiring you to listen and connect with that aspect of yourself. He represents the magical fire child who moves with the flow of the universe, understanding the concept of as above, so below. Now, I think he is wide open to the paths and journeys in life, wanting to experience all of it. He is like the curious apprentice, experimenting with the powerful wand of creation, sourcing uncharted areas of his creativity. Now, he is the masculine yang energy in a sense, bringing passion. You know, yang, that's from the yin-yang, yin feminine principle, yang masculine principle. And if you're a woman, don't feel concerned when I speak of a masculine energy here, because you understand that you are a spirit who has come into a physical embodiment, but in spirit there is neither male nor female, or rather, spirit is both male and female. So he's bringing creativity, fiery, masculine action. Earth, of course, is feminine, yin energy, symbolizing stability, responsibility, grounding, structure, and manifestation. The female gives birth. Now, Earth benefits from the inspirational qualities of fire, adding a sense of adventure and spice to the hero's journey. Earth is energized by fire, resulting in innovative ideas and insights. Fire can be guided by Earth's mastery of grounding, structure, and manifestation. I think he could be the messenger also of unexpected news that is favorable. He brings good surprises, new work opportunities, offers, and announcements. He indicates change, new beginnings, as well as probably a new creative project for you, certainly new ideas and possibilities. Ideas and projects are coming into fruition. He ignites excitement, taking risk, fearless, and the courage to take on any challenge. He sparks passion, creativity, and a divine inspiration in your being. He indicates a time of confidence when you really start trusting yourself and your intuition. He presents an exciting invitation to a new adventure that awakens in your life force. He brings influential people, probably, who will inspire you to explore new thoughts and ideas. And he can represent a passionate new romance or the deepening of a committed relationship. Yeah. Or it could also represent working with, socializing with a faithful friend. He signals a restlessness, an inner stirring, urging you to move forward to a new and different direction. He indicates a time for inner growth, exploring the spiritual self and discovering your bliss. He awakens your spirit, daring you to express your individuality and personal power. Well, I said we'd then do this lady last. Gee, a lot of Cancer here, a lot of Gemini, They're going to be having things to do with them as well, I think. Here is the Queen of Cups. Well, the Queen of Cups, I think she really is the ruler of the heart. That is the doorway of divine love and the keeper of the Holy Grail. And she has there. Now, this grail that she holds contains a magical elixir that flows from a deep well of universal love into the hearts of humanity to inspire, bringing peace and healing. She channels divine love, reflecting its infinite wisdom to the world around her. The wise and loving queen acts from the heart, offering unconditional love. She's highly intuitive, deeply spiritual, and she may well be psychic. She listens and trusts her intuition. There could be some psychic awareness with you during this period, I wouldn't be surprised about that at all. She listens and trusts her intuition. As I say, she is sure of herself, communicating her thoughts and feelings from a place of love without judgment or criticism. She is mother, wife, sibling, lover, or friend who is loyal, compassionate, and caring. The Queen of Cups' message is to channel divine love and wisdom, practicing its gifts in the physical world. She represents the ultimate divine feminine. The divine feminine. The divine is feminine and masculine. She is the Empress of love, the eternal mother, the great cosmic mother. She is the most nurturing and empathetic of all the queens, as her astrological aspects, or esoteric aspects, I should say, really, are water. She's the watery part of water. The Queen of Cups represents the ability to pass between the veils of the conscious and the subconscious worlds. She is dedicated to the paths as above, so below, as within, so without. She is visionary. Her gifts of intuition, quiet focus, and strong inner balance allow her to remember dreams and inspirations from the unconscious world, channeling and manifesting them into the spiritual world. When she shows up in your life, as she has done now, she's asking you to reflect on the deeper aspects of yourself. What dream or vision is calling you? What watery realms within are starting to shift? The Queen is there to assist you through emotional transitions. When challenges confront you, she reminds you to remember what brings true happiness to your heart. She asks you to be gentle with yourself as well as others. She inspires you to live your life through love, to follow what your heart seeks by listening and trusting your intuitions without judgment. She invites you to embrace your inner heartfelt truth rather than fighting it. Ultimately, self-love and self-trust open all doors. She brings the gifts of love, nurturing, healing, and creative imagination. With her by your side at this time, you will dream deeply and be extra sensitive to the energies and inspiration that open your heart and light your creative spirit. And she says to you, just listen. That's it for you this month. Well, there you go. Beautiful, beautiful images, really, aren't they? Didn't you enjoy that? I certainly enjoyed providing it to you. It was my pleasure and privilege to do so. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you again. Don't forget the annual reading, that's there as I mentioned. Have a look at that. But in the meantime, remember one thing, and remember it's this, and it is that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. Until then, it's bye for now.